And we're coming to you live from our top secret broadcasting bunker here at Area 52. Just right next door to Area 51 at 1233 American Legion Drive, Festus, Missouri. This is Pastor Mike, and I am online, and I am live with you today. And my bones ache like crazy today. They hurt me yesterday so bad. I'm trying to write the script for the Watchman broadcast, and I'm just going, oh, I hurt, oh. And I've been doing pretty good today up until about 45 minutes ago. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is. But just glad to be alive. We have no right to complain whatsoever when everything that we get is better than hell. And I am thankful to be alive and thankful to be a Christian, thankful to be saved today, and good to be with you today. I have pieces of paper that I'm going to read to you today, and I have got let me do this. I'm going to do some subliminal advertising for you. Here we go. We're going to do this very quickly. Who's subliminal advertising? I was trying to flash you Illuminati signals. I hope you caught it. I sent a tweet out a little while ago, and what we're going to talk about today is, do you think that TV stations and TV companies and networks are actively trying to promote like the agenda and the religion of the New World Order? Do you really think that? Oh, come on now. I do. I absolutely think so. And I've had, I don't know how many emails people sending me the reference to this new TV show on, I think it's on ABC, called 666 Park Avenue, and it just doesn't take a genius to go, 666, that's of the devil. Why are they talking about this? And that's out there. That's like AC/DC coming out and singing, I'm on the highway to hell. Okay, you know, I actually heard an interview that a couple of the singers, when they were in the St. Louis area, they were being interviewed by KC95, Real Rock Radio. They were being interviewed when they came to this back in the 80s. And they were talking about backward masking, and he said, we don't put backward messages in our songs. We want to sing about the devil, we sing about the devil. And that's what they did. One of which, the band members have actually met him personally, or will soon. One of the band members is in hell now. But anyway, there is the overt actions of the media, the music, Highway to Hell, things like that. But then you get into, in fact, let me do the contrast here. Here we have the Highway to Hell, AC/DC. I'm on my highway to hell. There was another song they sing. I got the devil in my blood telling me what to do, and I'm all ears, going to be a rock and roll singer. So that's like overt. They sing about the devil. They sing about the hell. They were about as subtle as Ozzy Osbourne is. But then you have another British group, Led Zeppelin, singing Stairway to Heaven. Oh, Stairway to Heaven. Oh, I love Stairway to Heaven. And you actually listen to the words of that song and you're going, was you on LSD when you wrote this? Because I don't know what in the world you're talking about. And when you actually know a little bit about the occult and symbolism and things like that, you listen to Highway to Hell and you're going, or it's Stairway to Heaven. And you're going, oh, that's what that's about. Hotel California actually had backward masking in it. You know, I ought to do a Pastor Mike Online about this. Hotel California actually had backward masking in it, or some say. I've listened to it. I think it's there. And then you have what is the Hotel California all about? And it's subtle. It's sort of luring you in to what's going on. And there are some things that are luring people in that are on telly right now that we're going to talk about. Let's deal with some news items today, and I am receiving your emails faster than I can talk today, and I appreciate everybody writing in, and we'll try to get to those ASAP. This is from The Independent. Scientists create genetically modified cow to cut milk allergies in children. You see, it's It's just all about how we can help you. We're going to alter your DNA. That's in a TV show, by the way. Scientists have created a genetically modified cow that produces milk with low levels of a protein known to cause allergic reactions in a significant proportion of children. The researchers believed it could one day lead to the safe, hypoallergenic milk from herds of genetically modified, they're not really going to be cows, kind of cows. The calf had been cloned with, and you know what's interesting to me? As I'm reading this, my mind is flipping Bible pages. I'm going, and I'm thinking of a cow. How was a cow used in the scripture? What was the significance of the cow? The golden calf. Test on the cow's milk. Well, let me back up. The calf had been cloned with a genetically engineered with an extra piece of genetic material that switched off its natural gene for producing a milk protein called beta-lactoglobulin. In other words, they don't want any globulins of lacto in the milk, which is not present in human milk and causes allergies in some young children. This is exactly why you don't see most children sitting underneath nursing cows. It's because they're allergic. Tests on the cow's milk showed that it contained less than 2% of normal levels of beta-lactoglobulin. It was far richer than usual in other kinds of milk proteins, such as the caseins used in cheese making. The researchers also believe the GM cow's milk will also contain higher concentrations of calcium than ordinary milk, and actually will contain a much less considerable amount of cow. You see, when you alter, when you change the DNA, it's not really a cow anymore. It's like something else, but it's not really a cow. And you and I both know this is leading to transhumanism. Missed that one. Leading to transhumanism. They're going to alter. It's all for mankind's benefit, people. Calm down. We know you watched Frankenstein, but that's not what we're doing. You have to trust us. Here is my friend Ross Perot, who, and did you ever wonder what happened to him? Ross Perot, you remember back in the the 1990s, was it 96 or 90? No, it was 92. 1992 presidential election. Here is George H.W. And here is Bill Clinton running for president. And all of a sudden, this little short guy named Ross Perot comes in there, and like everybody likes Ross Perot. He's not a politician, and he's kind of talking like, well, we got a big problem here in this country. And everybody's listening to Ross Perot. And in the polls, he's like jumping up there. And people are, for the first time in their life, considering, you know, maybe this Democratic-Republican thing is for the dogs. Maybe I shouldn't vote either way. And they were going to vote for Ross Perot. And all of a sudden, Ross Perot comes out. He's already picked a running mate. He comes out and he goes, I've decided not to run for president of the United States. And we're going, what in the world happened? And he's out for like 3 months. Then he comes back in. Well, you know, I think I will run for president of the United States. But by then, he had already lost all of his momentum. And you all know, I mean, that's what it takes. And I always wondered if maybe somebody had, like, dirty pictures of him, or had a picture of one of his children in gun barrel sights or something like that. It was just too weird, because this guy was going to be the president. Anyway, Ross Perot, the billionaire who shook up the 1992 presidential campaign, has largely remained silent since his emergence on the nation's political stage nearly 2 decades ago, and he emerges from the shadows, in part to drum up interest in his forthcoming autobiography. He's remaining silent about one more thing: the current top candidates running for office. Pressed by the USA Today's Richard Wolff, who was dressed up as a sheep, to endorse candidate, Perot declined, despite the fact that, quote, members of his family have donated almost exclusively to Republicans in recent years. Perot is an equal opportunity critic, unimpressed with both President Barack Hussein and Mitt Romney when it comes to addressing the nation's red ink. We're on the edge of a cliff, and we've got to start fixing it now. Otherwise, we're leaving a disaster to our children and our grandchildren's future, he said. Wolf spoke with Perot as part of an interview for C-SPAN where additional clips have been posted, blah, 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 blah. In it, Perot talks about his fear of the United States being taken over. Oh, that's not just a fear. That's going to happen. If we are that weak, just think of who wants to come here first and take us over. And the last thing I ever want to see is this country and our country taken over because we're so financially weak, we can't do anything, and we're moving in that direction. We could even lose our country if we don't get this fixed and straightened out, and nobody that's running really talks about it, even about what we have to do and why we have to do it. They would prefer not to have it discussed. That was my very, very best Ross Perot. How many have I missed so far? 2. My very best Ross Perot interpretation. Let's see, I'm saving this. I'm going to put this over here for now. Here's a good one. This is from the stuff.co.nz. It's from New Zealand. Link with witchcraft closes therapy clinic. I don't know if I still have that picture somewhere that Michelle sent me from down in Houston. She took of a hospital, and they were advertising, hey, we got Kundalini. You know, maybe that's what I need to do. For those of us who deal with daily pain issues. And I'm not talking about your married kind of pain. Daily pain issues. Maybe we should try Kundalini, because that's what they were promoting. And it's all over. Marilyn, where is my... Here it is. Oh, who? I'm glad I looked over this way. I get some of the neatest stuff sent to me. And somebody felt sorry for me because I had to eat Vegemite. I got sent, these are little Canadian maple leaf candies, eh? This is real maple syrup, eh? It's come from right from the tree, eh? And it's just maple syrup sugar that's been crystallized into this, and these things are good, by the way. And then I have someone who really felt sorry for me from Australia, and they sent me Tim Tams. And boy, wouldn't you like to... you can tell I've already been into the Tim Tams, and I can tell you that I would never put this on this. In fact, I told them I would do this. Now, they sent instructions. They said that you have to bite this end off like that, and you got to bite this end off like that, and then you stick it down in milk and you suck on it, suck the milk through there. And I'm going, wow.